from one lady been released to one who has agreed for her release, I guess, is Saraya, formerly Paige of WWE, who you know. The former Paige in WWE, Saraya, went to AEW, as she says, to help build the AEW women's division. Instead, she was almost immediately an afterthought, despite being the most well-known female on the roster at the time. It was in 2022. It was a pretty big deal, you know. It was one of the big names from WWE, the women's roster, anyway, going over. And then she sort of, I guess, found out that 5 years on the shelf after having a severe neck injury, she kind of struggled to keep up with the current crop of women. 5 years in women's wrestling in the US is an eternity, pretty much. So soon after her debut, she was put with Ruby Soho and Toni Storm, pre-Timeless Toni Storm, as some sort of outsiders faction, but it was absolutely terrible, and maybe the worst faction in AEW history, and that's up against some pretty stiff competition. Then Saraya disappeared for months, only to return and enter in a rush program to get her to win the AEW women's title at Wembley, the first Wembley show, to get that home crowd cheer kind of thing. And then she lost the belt almost immediately, and then ever since then, pretty much. You went to
that show. You went to that show, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I went to the first one.
Okay, when she got in the ring, how did the fans receive her?
Okay, to the best of my memory, I think when she won it, you know, she got the cheer and everything like that. I remember not caring at all because they'd done such a bad job of building it.
Well, you would.
Hey, look, you're talking to the person who, like, during the CM... Right, this was the first match on the show, right? CM Punk and Samoa Joe. I hadn't realised they were the opener. I was just at the bar. I was just chatting to people. I only saw the last 5 minutes.
How many people recognized you?
At the time, not that many. I got... yeah, quite... not tons, but a few people came up to me and said hello, which was nice.
Oh, that's good.
So, yeah.
Did they say something like, how do you stand that stupid-ass Dutch? Did they say that?
Yeah, all of them. And I said, don't worry, you know, we get paid. It's fine. I'm paid to put with them.
The check doesn't bounce.
Yeah, the check. Hey, no, well, yeah, sometimes I forget to send the check, but, you know, you remind me sooner rather than later. I know that. That being said... She
was received fairly well.
Yeah, that
She's
time.
She's from there.
Yeah, but that was like the last time she basically did anything memorable whatsoever. And then Tony Khan, he must have been paying her a lot of money. And then... And then all of a sudden, I bet a few months later, Mercedes Moné is, going to be signed and then the new shiny toy.
Why don't we call Tony Khan and tell him we would like to do a podcast from his TV studios, if he has one.
From his shed.
Yeah. They just fly us in every week, pay us a ton of money. We just do this and we disappear.
He flies in Will Ospreay every week. I don't want to do that, though.
Well, what is a ticket from London to New York or wherever it is?
Well, let's say London to Tampa, business class is if you can get a decent... If you go on the right day, I don't know, $3,500, $4,000 return to Tampa.
Really?
Or Orlando.
Oh, that's a round trip.
Yeah.
That is nothing for Tony Khan. He throws that away on a damn just going to get a tank of gas. See?
No, that's something to me. That's a lot of money.
See? Well, it is a lot of money. But I'm saying, but all we'd have to do was say, hey, Tony, give us a job. We'll get your TV show up and running. Just talking about it. We'll get the people watching it.
Oh, funnily enough, we're going to be talking about that in a minute. Before we get off the point, Saraya leaving. She left her and Tony Khan decided that she would leave 6 months early, despite the fact that she'd already had 5 months off.
Okay. She had 5 months off. Then she's going to leave early, but not get paid for that early leaving.
No, but I don't even know why she would negotiate leaving early when she had 6 months left on her deal and she wasn't being used. You might as well just stay home and get 6 months worth of money.
Yeah, but that is really robbing Tony. He might not have wanted. He may have smartened up a little bit.
He's getting rid of people. He got rid of Aleister Black and Ricky Starks and Rusev.
He got rid of what's his name? Black.
Aleister Black.
McAllister Black. Do you see anything in him?
I don't know. Yeah, I think he's probably going to go back to WWE, so we'll see.
I don't see that guy at all.
No?
He doesn't cheat. He doesn't do anything. He's kind of likable, to tell you the truth, and he's a heel. But anyway. It's not for me.
Do you remember any of Saraya's AEW career at all? Because you used to watch Rampage every week.
Oh, well, I remember her. I think they could have done something with her. Didn't they put who's the blonde they got there? May?
No, Mariah May. Did she wrestle Mariah May?
Wasn't she the movie star?
Mariah May.
And she was doing this 1920s.
No, you're thinking of Toni Storm.
Oh, Toni Storm.
Yeah.
But didn't she? I don't know.
Yeah.
The show confuses me. But I really like the Toni Storm. I think she was good. I think they can do something with her.
Well, what they did was they killed off that feud that she had with Mariah May, and now she's not really doing much of anything. Mm-hmm. But anyway, there you go. Right, let's stick with AEW now.